Welcome to the Pulse News. I'm Corey.
And I'm Andrew.
So Andrew, did you hear about the battle against McDunwald?
Yes, I heard it was really brutal.
I would say he was cut from his nave to his chops, and then his head was lopped off and put on top of Macbeth's battlements.
I heard King Duncan was really pleased with all this too.
He was very pleased. He gave him the name of Thane of Cawdor.
I heard that he invited himself over to Macbeth's castle afterwards.
Wow, that's a great honor.
Yeah, I also heard that he said Miss Lady Macbeth was a good hostess too.
Well, that's great.
Well, you heard it here first.
Welcome to the Pulse News. I'm Corey.
And I'm Andrew.
So, we have some horrible, horrible news for you today. King Duncan was found murdered in Macbeth's castle.
It had been a very, very tragic death. I also heard the guards have did it.
Really?
Yes, they did it with 2 daggers.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Macbeth killed him out of rage.
Yes, I've also heard that Malcolm had ran to England.
And Donald Bain to Ireland.
Yes, I've heard all about that.
It's very suspicious that they ran off. I heard they're getting all the blame.
Yeah, I heard that as soon as they ran off though, Macbeth had said it's a good chance they did it.
It is. Well, this is a very tragic day, so we're going to end it here. Welcome to the Pulse News. I'm Corey.
And I'm Andrew.
So, we now have a new king, King Macbeth.
Yes, I think he might be a really good king.
I would say he is the righteous hero of the people.
Now my interview with Banquo. No, wait. Start. Hello there, Banquo.
Hello, Andrew.
Were you and Beth good friends before you became king?
Yes, we were great friends before he became king. But after we met the Weird Sisters, he started to act a little weird.
The Weird Sisters, you said?
Yes, the Weird Sisters, but never mind that.
Every now and then he's become king.
Well, now that he's become king, we are still friends, but I found it kind of suspicious that King Duncan was murdered in Macbeth's castle, and then right afterwards Macbeth became king.
Yes, that is quite suspicious. Do you think he had done it?
Yes and no.
Why yes and no?
Well, he's my friend, so I can't really say that he did it. But I just find it suspicious that Duncan was murdered in his castle.
Well, you mentioned the Weird Sisters. Who are they?
Well, on our way back from the battle with McDunwald, we came across 3 old ladies, and they started telling us about our future.
You spoke future to you and Macbeth?
Yes. Both of our futures were different, but basically mine was that my ancestors are going to become king.
How was Macbeth different from yours?
Well, we only believed them because they told Macbeth that he was going to be Thane of Cawdor, and then right afterwards, a messenger showed up and told us that he is Thane of Cawdor.
That is really interesting. Nice talking to you, Banquo.
Nice talking to you too.
Well, you heard it here first.
Welcome back. We have news for you.
Macbeth has been acting weird at this banquet. What could this mean?
Well, personally, I think he has a mental illness, just like Lady Macbeth said.
I think he's hiding something.
Actually, I think that could be it.
Because he's been acting quite strange lately.
Yeah, it's very suspicious.
That is quite suspicious, isn't it? Oh, and the Weird Sisters has been spotted around Scotland.
Hey, they showed up around the same time this started happening.
They have, haven't they?
What? Oh my god. Banquo has just been found murdered.
What?
We have to get down there. Well, you heard it here first. Welcome to the Pulse News. I'm Corey.
I'm Andrew.
So, the Weird Sisters have been spotted around Scotland again, the same time Macbeth went away for a little while. He came back, of course, but it's kind of suspicious.
I guess it's been true what we've been thinking.
What do you mean?
That the witches and Macbeth is not together, because every time the witches get spotted, Macbeth disappears.
Oh yeah, about that. Yes, that is very suspicious.
Also, breaking news, Macduff's castle had been broken into, and his family has been murdered.
About the same time, Macduff went to England to get Malcolm. Malcolm should be the rightful king in Macduff's eyes.
Yes, I think he should be too, because after all the murders Macbeth had done, it kind of seems like he shouldn't be the king no more.
Macbeth has done a lot, and especially with this attack on Macduff's castle.
Yes, that is quite true. Well, you heard it here first. Today we're speaking to Queen Lady Macbeth. Hello there, Your Majesty.
Well, hello there, Andrew.
How did it feel when your husband was pronounced king?
Well, it felt good to know after all of my husband's hard work, he finally got what he deserved, to be king.
How do you feel about Duncan's murder?
Well, I was surprised. I was shocked to know that he was murdered in our own castle.
What was your reaction to this?
Well, I don't really know much. I fainted.
What was your husband's thoughts on all this?
Well, my husband was just as shocked as I was, but he was engulfed in his rage, and when he figured out that the guards who were guarding Duncan were the ones who killed him, he killed them in his rage.
Oh, Macbeth killed the guards.
Yes, yes he did.
What was the story behind Macbeth's reaction at the banquet?
Well, when he was little, he went through a traumatic experience, but he doesn't really talk about it, so I don't know much about it.
Okay. Is there something on your mind?
Why do you say that?
You seem a bit off.
Oh, well, no. I'm just, worried about my husband's well-being.
Well, sorry. That's all we have time for. Thank you for your time. You heard it. You're first from Lady Macbeth.
Really, you screwed up the last.
Welcome to the Pulse News. I'm Corey.
I'm Andrew.
So, in latest news, Lady Macbeth has died. Right before her death, she was stricken with a mental illness that caused her to commit suicide.
Yes, I heard it was a very tragic death of Lady Macbeth.
Yes, yes it was. But, in better news, Macbeth's castle is being overrun with Malcolm's soldiers.
I heard it was a really gruesome fight, though.
I would say, right afterwards, was an even brutaler battle.
You talking about one with Macduff and Macbeth?
Yes. Macduff stabbed and killed Macbeth, and then later on came back with Macbeth's head.
Well, the better thing about this is now Malcolm is now become the king.
I would say he's a great king, and he promised a lot of things, like fixing everything Macbeth has done.
I think Malcolm would be a better king than Macbeth because Malcolm never did anything that Macbeth had done.
I would say so. Well, you heard it here first.
Hello there, Macduff.
Hello, Andrew.
What was your first thoughts when Macbeth became king?
At first I was confused about the sheer stupidity of the entire thing. After all, Macbeth became king almost immediately after the death of Duncan. I thought this was really, really dumb. a blight on the Scottish people. Because I can understand how they would be suspicious of Malcolm and Donalbain. After all, they were the princes next in line, and immediately after Duncan's death, they fled the country. That would be very suspicious. But no one is suspicious of Macbeth, and seeing as the entire murder took place in his castle, under his roof, you really got to figure out, it might have been him.
So, were you suspicious of Macbeth?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It was just a very strange way to go about things.
I believe it was the guards that were hired by Prince Malcolm. Wouldn't that shift more of the blame onto him?
Yes, it is the national idea that the guards killed Duncan, but I do not believe it would have been them. Because the guards were paid for by Malcolm, and I would see why this would put more blame onto him. But you have to ask, why would Malcolm do it in the first place? Not only is he killing a loving father, but he's taking control of a country that's in turmoil in the middle of a war. Neither Malcolm nor Donalbain are smart enough or clever enough to figure out how to run a country during this time of strife. They don't have the experience, they don't have the general knowledge, and their father has not trained them to do it. Meanwhile, Macbeth, he was trained in how to rule a country. He's a commander of an army, a seasoned veteran of the wars, and he's an honoured soldier. He would have been perfect to take over. That's why I think it would have been him.
Fair enough now. I know this is a sensitive subject for you, but I had to ask what you were first thoughts after realizing your family was killed.
Well, there's no easy answer to that. I guess first, I felt soul-crushing pain and agony. Losing my wife and child was terrible. My son, not even 14 years old yet. My God, they killed a boy. It was terrible. And then this tiny bit of depression was nothing compared to the soul rage that I felt to the man who did this. Not the murderers themselves, they were just tools. They were being controlled by Macbeth. I wanted him dead more than anyone, and I wanted him to suffer for it.
On the top of revenge, what was going through your mind when you struck down Macbeth?
There was lots going through my mind when I struck that man down. Some of it was revenge, getting equal for my family. Some of it was getting honour for Scotland. But after the swords were drawn and we squared off, he became himself again. He became the soldier that I knew, honourable and just, powerful and smart. It was a glorious fight, truly, truly a brilliant battle. It was short, but very well lived. He fought with honour and conviction, and he went to his death much like MacDonald. He was honourable and true. And the last thing he said to me before he died was, "Now you can take this country back and make it what it should be." He was a true Scotsman even in the end.
How does it feel to have Malcolm on the throne?
It's a great feeling to have him finally on the throne. It's phenomenal to know that finally Scotland will have the leader it deserves. It will have the future it so desperately needs. And by far, it is the greatest feeling in the world knowing that the false king, the one who brought so much trouble into this life, into this part of the world, is finally out of it. Finally, the Scottish people can be at peace.
Yeah, one last question, if I may ask.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to your...
Oh, you noticed the little accent I had. Not much of an accent. This was when I was fighting Macbeth. You see, when I was going, we had a good battle with it, very short, and one of his blows that he was able to do got me right along the side of the arm, sliced it up nicely. I'm glad I still have it. Yeah.
Well, that's Macduff. You have heard it here first.